Hey guys, it's early morning here in Cape Town and I'm just popping in to do a quick video about email design. So what makes a beautiful email that actually sells? I'm going to run through the essential components of an e-commerce email, and then I'm going to give you some tips for creating amazing emails. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I help e-commerce brand owners elevate their brand using email marketing. So if that sounds interesting to you, please like, subscribe, and let's get started. So let's run through the 6 essential components of an e-commerce email that you need to think about when you are designing. So firstly, obviously at the top of your email, you're going to have the logo. And here we have examples of brands like Tusk and Rode, and you can see how they've used their logos very clearly. This one's pretty simple. Then we need to have a great above the fold section. So above the fold refers to the section of the email, the portion of the email that people see before they scroll. As you know, people have very short attention spans these days. So what we want to do above the fold is convey the main message or purpose of this email, as well as a strong call to action. Our next component is call to action buttons. So as I just said, you want to include a CTA above the fold, but you also want to include CTAs throughout the email depending on the content of the email. The fourth thing you need to think about is responsive design. So this means that your email needs to look good and the user experience needs to be great, whether someone is opening your email on desktop, iPad, iPhone, or whatever device they are using. Fifth is an About Us section in the footer of the email. So this is something I like to do. I feel like it just adds some context and reiterates the brand's mission in a fun way. So as you can see, I've got some examples here. So I like to do this because instead of having an unsubscribe link just floating around in the footer, what we do is we remind people of the brand's mission, we add some fun, we add some context, and we remind people why they are part of this email list. So I like to include this in the footer section of all emails. And then lastly, of course, you need to include an unsubscribe link. And this is more important than ever with Google and Yahoo changing their sender requirements. So unfortunately, having a clear subscribe link, not hiding it anywhere, is something that we have to do in 2024. Okay, so now you know these essential components. Let's move on to 5 top tips for designing amazing emails. So the first thing that you want to do is keep it clean. Too much clutter can distract from your message. What you want to do is use a single column layout, clear fonts, and a consistent color scheme, possibly no more than 3, maximum 4 colors, so that it is just easy on the eye and not too overwhelming for the reader. Then you want to make your call to action stand out. This might be a link to your website, a product you're selling, or some kind of lead magnet or sign-up form for your newsletter. Make sure it grabs the reader's attention because this is the most important part of your email. It's the action that you want people to take. So this needs to be very clear. In general, you want the buttons on your email to look the same as the buttons on your website, because you want your customers and your audience to have a consistent brand experience across your different channels. And lastly, in terms of calls to actions, unless you have a lot of different products in a product feed, have one call to action per email. As in not just one button, but one action that you want people to take that is then scattered throughout the email. You don't want to have an email that is sending people in different directions. People have short attention spans, like I said. You want to make it very clear the action that you want them to take. Thirdly, use images wisely. So we know a picture can say 1,000 words, and pictures are a very powerful part of email marketing. You want to use high quality images, but you also want to use a software or a platform like Tiny PNG to reduce the file size so that your email load times aren't affected. And as a rule, you'd want to choose 1 or 2 impactful images versus 10 not so interesting images. Find an image that packs a punch. Fourth, optimize for all devices. There is literally nothing more annoying than receiving an email where you can't read the text because it's too small, or the components all jumbled up and it just feels like there's no care that's been taken to send this out. We can't get away with not optimizing for mobile. As you probably know, a lot of people read their emails on mobile, so that should almost be the priority, and then desktop is secondary. As a rule of thumb, you want to use a font size 20 for your header and probably around 16 for your body text. And even if it takes you a little bit longer, go through each component in Klaviyo or in your email marketing software and check how it looks on both desktop and mobile. It's a very quick fix to create a block solely for mobile and solely for desktop, so you make sure that that user experience and that aesthetic is beautiful on both devices. And lastly, you have to test your emails on different devices. So before you schedule or send any email, send a test email to yourself and check what it looks like on mobile and check what it looks like on desktop. This really helps to just double check that you've done your responsive design well enough, and it also helps to pick up any snags that you may have missed along the way. So that's all for now. I hope this video was helpful, albeit a little bit short. I think a rule of thumb that helps with all of this stuff is to create an email that you would enjoy reading. So that refers to both the content and the design. So if you're finding it difficult to navigate through an email and figure out what action you're wanting people to take, then it's probably not going to be a very successful email. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and you'll do just fine. So if you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I'm releasing new videos every week, so please comment below anything else you would like to learn about. And if you have any questions on this video, let me know and I'll get back to you. Okay, bye.